We'll go ahead and get started. And then there you go. Okay, thanks again, everyone, to join our info session, and welcome to the College of Business Master's Program info session today, and then tailored for the College of Arts and Science. Again, today's will be focused on the program we're offering currently in the COB, the MBA, MBA in Aviation Management, which is actually a separate program, as well as the Master of Science in Aviation Finance. And we will also talk about there are some combined accelerated program options to actually save a lot of people, saves you some time and also the finance wise. So definitely stay tuned for that. Before we move on to the curriculum and then program info session itself, I just would like to introduce to you guys our team. And we have Dr. Jay Gokley, just go by Dr. J. He's our graduate program coordinator. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys in the audience actually already been in contact with him regarding any course registrations and also class informations. And then this year, we have a new member joining our team, Miss Isha. She is currently pursuing her Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Engineering and also on the accelerated program of the MBA candidate. We have Irina. She's actually currently in the athletic rowing team as a assistant coach. I'm currently pursuing her MBA degree as well, and that's me. Here, I'm currently on the second year of the MBA degree, and also I'll be pursuing the Master of Science in Aviation Finance next year. So as you guys join the program, you'll receive a lot of information email from us regarding internship, job market informations, and then a lot of activities we have actually held in College of Business. And then again, welcome faculty to join us. Feel free to jump in if you want to add any additional informations. So today we'll concentrate on the three programs we're offering the COB, MBA in Aviation Management. Again, that's a separate program, as well as the Master of Science in Aviation Finance. And luckily, we actually just got proved that the fourth program we're offering is COB, which is the Master of Science in the Aerospace Data Analytics. It is also considered a STEM program as well. Same thing with the MSAF, which we'll talk about that in today. You can see that under the MBA, we do have what we call the 5 concentrations, or with the 5 specializations we're offering in a COB: concentration in airline management, airport management, aviation system management, supply chain management, as well as finance. And then here we have the accelerated pathway towards this program. So you can see that we do have the combined, or we call accelerated program offered in the COB along with College of Arts and Science. There are actually a lot of advantages to that. You'll save, actually essentially save some money and then save some time. You will actually able to transfer 6 to 9 master credit considered from your undergrad level. Requirement wise, you will need to require 3.0 above or greater than a GPA. You will also save 7 semesters for that. So other than the course and the lessons that you actually learn and in the College of Business, we do offer a lot of program activities, either on campus or off campus. This is actually a picture taken from previous alumni that in COB. A lot of people are able to graduate in this picture and they're already working in the industry like Delta, United, Frontier, a lot of investment companies as well. This is actually the fall 2019 graduating class graduating ceremony that we held in the, I believe in ICI, and that's actually the last without mask ceremony we had before the COVID. A gentleman in this picture here, his name is actually Matthew. He's currently working at the network planning department in Delta Airlines, who is actually also used to be Dr. G's assistants. So we also have the fall 2021 farewell party. This is actually held in the last semester, last year, December. In this picture here, Oko, he is currently actually working for Azora, which is an aircraft leasing company. And then you can see that actually doing a lot of good food, and then the audience was all there. The We have also a gentleman, his name is Sergio. He's currently pursuing his Master of Science in Aviation Finance, currently doing his internship at Frontier Airline at the Treasury Department in this spring semester. As you guys can see that
Very quickly.
Yes, go ahead.
His teammate, Shiva, is with us on this call. Shiva, you want to really quickly jump in and say something?
Sure. So my name is Shiv. I'm also doing the MSAF program, and I'm also doing an internship at Frontier Airlines right now. I'm not in the Treasury Department. I'm with the Financial Planning and Analysis Department. It's great. I really love the program. I did do my bachelor's in aerospace engineering, so if you have any questions about the switch or anything like that, I'm here to answer that for you.
And also, he's also an international student. Shiva, you want to say something about that?
Yeah, so that was actually one of the reasons why I took MSAF over the MBA, because that allows for a longer OPT, which really helps us international students.
And how was your transition, Shiva, from one program, one country to another, one program to the other?
Oh, I mean, it was great, honestly. Like everyone at the university is extremely helpful, especially Dr. J. So honestly, it was really easy. I even got a GRA position my first semester, so that was great.
You want to talk about that, please?
Sure. So
wait, just give me a second. So Shiv, you started off with your MSF program last year, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and you got your GRA position right away. Is that right?
Well, I took a class in the summer to start off, but then yeah.
So you impressed your professor.
I guess.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear. So you impressed your professor, got a GRA position. There are some actually who have come, international students come here, impress the professors even before they came here. Like Dr. Zarb was very impressed with Sergio, who's your teammate, right? I mean, not technically in Treasury, but even before he came here, he got hired by Dr. Zarb. And what happens, Emmanuel, free to jump in. What is this GRA position all about? You guys had, and Emmanuel has double GRA now. So he has his complete tuition waive. So he's even more lucky. And Emmanuel was kind of very split. Man, what is this Daytona Beach campus? I don't want to come here. So jump in, Emmanuel, when you like. You're mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Emmanuel, like Dr. J said. The GRA position is you working with a professor and helping them with their research. In my opinion, I think that is how well you enjoy it is dependent on how well you enjoy the research you're doing. But I know that the department tries to match students with professors or research topics that you'll be interested in, so you're not just bored and just going through the motions anytime you're working. What was the other question, Dr. J? Okay, coming to Daytona. My choice to come to Daytona instead of Prescott was majorly because of my choice of degree. Initially, I was going to do a master's in safety, which was at the Prescott campus. But then I had a change of orientation. I spoke to Dr. J and I was convinced to come back to the Daytona Beach campus for the MBA-AM program, which I've enjoyed so far.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say you were pressurized into it. That's the only thing.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Thank you, Shiv, and thank you, Emmanuel, for chiming in. And both Emmanuel and Shiv actually Emmanuel did an internship last year. You want to speak about that very quick?
Okay, I did an internship with a company called MD Turbines in South Florida.
And it was almost an afterthought. He was like, Dr. J, I want an internship and I just got it. Can you get it approved?
Yes, that happened. It was an impromptu thing, and Dr. J was really helpful.
You got your internship approved in a car, right?
Yes, sir. Indeed. I was driving when Dr. J got it approved for me. But the internship itself was a good eye-opening experience to more of the the business side of aircraft disassembly. Sorry, not aircraft engine disassembly, to be specific. It was actually an interesting experience just to see. And in my opinion, I think internships are good because you get to see what you like, what you enjoy, and also what you will not probably like to do and what you probably will not enjoy to do for a career. So that was nice. But again, thank you for making that happen, because it was pretty a short time that you helped us get that thing approved. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Manuel.
Okay, so we're going to move on to some of the activities, and then either on campus or off campus event we're offering our college business. So you can see that actually thanks to Dr. J and at his Google office, usually bi-weekly we all offer what we call the social hours. You at least have opportunity to interact with the faculty members and actually a lot of alumni that either graduated or doing an ongoing internship with different companies that I would contact with them. So in this way, yes.
Wait, Dr. Curtis is right here with us.
I was gonna say, Dr. Curtis.
I can vouch for it. She is looking even more amazing now.
Thank you. Sorry. What is the question?
No question, Dr. Curtis. We invited you for this social hour with Dr. Ambrose, marketing social hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Was very good experience. Was very nice to talk to students and to see the feedback on the program and the future plans. Yes, was very nice to have social hours.
And Dr. Curtis, you're teaching in the master's program now. Can you briefly tell us about your new venture? And you're also working on something big.
Yes. I possibly will be teaching BA 604 International Management and Aviation Policy class in fall this year, and this will be very interesting class because there are lots of changes happen in regards to new regulations and new requirements in aviation industry. So this class we will look over new policies which are currently in place. We will look at also previous policies for aviation and aviation industries, policies for airlines, policies for airport. We will discuss major issues of international business, evaluate also marketing strategy and network expansion for airlines. And it will be very interesting project as a part of this course. So basically students will select airline of their choice and provide strategy to address current issues and current what's happening currently in the airline which they selected. So this will be very interactive class, very interesting, lots of participation and lots of discussions and even debates. Yes.
Something like, last night suddenly we heard that Russia canceled all permits to British Airways flights. What are the impact of that on the airlines? And we have two experts right here, Dr. Curtis, Dr. Abdulghani, who can comment on that first-hand knowledge. So yes. Go ahead.
So one of the largest impact, of course, for British Airways or other company which are registered in United Kingdom, it's they cannot enter into Russian airspace. Therefore, the length of the trips for the passenger will increase. For example, if passengers or airline will fly from London to, let's say, Beijing, usually there are different routes, 3 routes. One of them in the past used to include overflying Russian Federation territory. With the current development and uncertain situation, companies now will have to use either 2 other routes. So as a result, it will increase potentially area of a flight for the passengers by number of hours, maybe between 2, 3, or 4, 5 hours. It will increase. Of course, it will increase cost to airline, such as fuel consumption. It will increase also additional, companies have to come up with new strategies because they will have to have new plans in place to implement. So as a result, it's potentially will increase airfares for the passengers, which in the past were able to fly over Russian territory.
Yeah. And also, Dr. Curtis, I believe we're offering a study abroad program this summer, summer and summer B. Would you like to talk about that real quick?
Yes, very exciting news. Our Office of Global Engagement at Embry-Riddle were allowed to start offering some abroad programs. So we have a number of wonderful programs at Embry-Riddle, and our College of Business offering actually 2 programs for master's students and undergraduate students. So first program will be offered in a summer A. It's called African Safari, where students will go to Zambia. And my class, I will be teaching in social responsibility. So students will be helping to the local community to make the community better. Students will have a choice to work either in a local schools to help young kids to learn different business principles, if it's business students, or maybe principles of engineering. You will have maybe students with a different discipline. So, and also students will have choice to work at the local hospitals if there's an interest in the medical field, as well as construction. So it will be my class. Professor Ledgerwood will offer personal finance class, which is very important for everyone, how to handle our personal finances and how to become a millionaire. So it's Professor Ledgerwood class. It will be summer A in June this year. And summer B will be another program or another opportunity for our students to go to the Great British Tour program, to go first to Newcastle, which is up north of United Kingdom. And again, it will be offered class by Professor Ledgerwood, and then come to London, where I will meet students and I will offer class in international business for graduate students. It will be elective class. So graduate students will be able to take elective class, BA 699, either in African Safari Tour program or Great British Tour program. So very exciting news. Yes.
And one of our most talented students with his 4.0 GPA, pretty much like Emmanuel and Shiv, Miles Nathan, he went on the British tour with Dr. Curtis and Professor Ledgerwood.
Yes, Great British Tour program is still open. We have only few spots left. African Safari program will be closed in a few days because we already met maximum number of students, but wait list is still available. So if you're interested, please talk to me anytime, send me a message. We can schedule Zoom meeting, or you can also talk to Professor Ledgerwood. Yes, very exciting news.
Sounds good. Thank you, Dr. Curtis. And if you would like to, please feel free to leave your email on the chat box. And then for students-wise, I do have a separate slides containing information for Professor Ledgerwood and Dr. Curtis at the end. So again, feel free to take a picture if you want to. So we were talking about the job market and then some of the social hours offered in the College of Business. Speaking of this one, actually, Dr. Zarb, and there was also there on one of the social hours, we invited one of our alumni. His name is Law. He's currently actually working in a serum company right now in New York base, not able to talking to some of the experience and how he applied for this position, how he liked it for this company-wise, was able to join, exchange the information with us. And then and this is another social hours that were offered in the COB with Dean Gibson, actually, who's clearly not driving and talking with us while doing the social hour. And then for this is actually one of the most exciting social hours that we had out in 2021. I believe that was like last from last year, last semester. We invited a lot of alumnus coming from actually different times and different countries. That Sloan, Philip, Matthew, and Marissa was all graduated from our College of Business, and then and the company-wise was a variety from consulting, aircraft leasing, and as well as airline.
Yes, so we had alums from London, from Atlanta, Boston, and even as far as Colorado. Like Shiv is currently dialing in from Colorado. Dr. Zarb was at that event as well. Dr. Zarb, you want to say a few words?
Dr. Gotti, hi, good morning, everybody. Could you repeat the question? Because it was muffled. I'm sorry about that. I'm having problems with my audio.
So first of all, Dr. Zarb, thank you for supporting the graduate programs. And secondly, you were there at our recent alum event, as well as the one that happened this time here in front of us, and our interaction with our alums. So did you want to say something about our interaction with alums and alumni events for the graduate students?
Yes, it's always exciting to touch base with our alumni. It's great to see how they're succeeding and how well they are doing. I'm always excited, because to me that is the biggest satisfaction, to see our students succeed. And over the past few years, I had many opportunities to meet up with alumni who still remember fondly their days at Riddle, at the College of Business, and being in not just my class, but in basically everybody's classes, like Dr. Curtis, Dr. Abdelghani, Dr. JM, anyway, and all our colleagues. So that's what it's all about. In other words, we're here to help you succeed. You do succeed. You have the future ahead of you, and it's always very nice to touch base with you. 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. I mean, I've got students now who graduated in 1998, and of course they've got kids themselves now. So it's always exciting to see how well our students are doing.
And Dr. Zarb is the chair of the Accounting, Economics, Finance, and Information Science Department. Dr. Zarb, as chair, would you like to say a few words?
Well, yes, of course. I hope you do make a decision, especially for those of you who are not in our college, to consider our programs, especially the master's programs. I think that would be a very good path for you to follow. Whether you're in arts and sciences, engineering, or aviation. I think having an MBA would give you more of a bargaining tool when you're looking for a job. As far as detail is concerned, we are offering an accounting 517 in the summer, this coming summer. It's going to run from May 10th through May 20th. We're going to meet every day except for Mondays, and that will be from 8 in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's an accelerated master's course. So the advantage is that you will have a 3-hour course completed in basically 10 days. So we're looking forward to offering that. If I'm not mistaken, that's the first time we're offering the accounting class in such a modality. So that's something you can consider. And of course, if any of you want to talk about accounting, finance, this is the place to be. As Dr. Curtis mentioned before, we do offer a class in personal and financial planning, which is typically run by Professor Ledgerwood, and that's a very good class for you to take. So I think as the College of Business, we prepare our students not just to be successful in their jobs, but also to be successful in their personal lives. And again, we're open here, so anytime you have a question, please reach out and don't hesitate to do so.
Thank you, Dr. Zarb.
You're welcome.
And so those, speaking of social hours, and before we move on to the curriculum itself, and this is actually another social hour we held in person for this semester, and also as well as the previous semester in person as well. And then also Freddie, who actually is a previous graduate in the MSAF program, who is currently an aircraft leasing company in Fort Lauderdale. Okay, so I don't know if we have Miss Flavia and Miss Michelle in the audience today. If we do, we're welcome to give us some of the.
Yeah, Miss Parker actually is on leave today, and Miss Flavia actually is not working for admissions anymore. So they handle the paperwork, and without them, usually your admissions paperwork and documentation does not get processed. So we will be sure to pass on their information in case you need it. But for now, let's just move on.
Sounds good.
We have an exciting presentation, right, Cece?
Very exciting, actually, very informative. Without further ado, I'm going to move on to the curriculum itself, and then the information I have in the slides, why they are all online at Embry-Riddle Daytona Beach curriculum website. So again, if you feel like I'm going too fast, feel free to take a picture, or the information regarding the course and then credit-wise is all online. So back to the curriculum-wise, again, MBA, we have actually what we call the core classes you're required to take each module. Again, they are the same, actually the same for each concentrations. Under the concentration or the specialization, we have its own electives. We see that MBA in total, you are required to have what we call 21 credits in total. Okay, so those are the BA 511 Operations Research, BA 514 Strategic Marketing Management in Aviation, Accounting 517, and then Finance. Managerial Finance 518, BA 540 Organizational Behavior, BA 523 Advanced Aviation Economics, and then BA 635 the Business Policy and Decision Making. So the BA 635 is what we call a capstone class. You are usually take that at the last semester before you graduate, and that's also required classes for you. As I mentioned before, that there are 5 concentrations or the specializations under the MBA. So we have the airline management, aviation system management, airport management, supply chain management, and also as well as finance. You can see that under each specializations, it has own electives. The recent alumnus that graduated from the MBA program itself is actually divided into a very variety of the company and industry-wise, all the way from Frontier airline company to the aircraft manufacturer Airbus, Boeing, as well as the investment company Robinhood, IAG Cargo, and also the Honeywell. So the MBA-AM degree program, again, is a separate program from the MBA. However, the core classes are actually the same for this degree itself. It's the BA 511 Operational Research, BA 514 Strategic Marketing, Accounting 517, Finance 518, Organizational Behavior BA 540, BA 523 Advanced Aviation Economics, as well as the BA 635, the Business Policy and Decision Makings. The electives wise will be slightly different compared to the previous module. You can see that you're required to take 604, 609, 645, or the 646 as electives now.
Can I very quickly? 604,
yes, go ahead.
Dr. Curtis teaches it, who just spoke to us. 609, Dr. Abdul Ghani, our associate dean, he teaches that. So what we have is international management in aviation policy, and how you just saw with Dr. Curtis how important that is currently, especially in the current situation. And then airline operations and management. Without that, there is no aviation. And Dr. Abdul Ghani, when we invite him over to speak a few words, will tell you about it. Similarly, airport and air cargo. Without this, there is no aviation. Air cargo is the single most important driver of revenue generation. Likewise, without airports, you cannot have point-to-point network connection. So the aviation management degree is touching base with all particular aspects of aviation. Sorry, Dr. Abdul Ghani, did you want to say a few words? I want to invite Dr. Abdul Ghani, the Associate Dean of our college, to kind of say hello and discuss a little bit about the aviation management degree as well as the MBA in general.
Sure. Thank you, Jay, and thank you, Cece, for the presentation. And first, I would like to thank the students who are here for their interest in our college, and I wish to see them soon in our program. Pretty much I echo what my colleagues, Dr. Zarb, and also the talk of Cece about the strengths of our program and the ability to position our students in excellent career after they graduate. Our strengths comes actually from our specialization and the strengths of our faculty, their expertise. Most of them are up to date. Most of them are very well known in professors in their area. Our strength comes from our network of alumni that are really very well engaged with our students and always in touch to offer opportunities like internships and career opportunities as well. To echo on or to comment on what Dr. Gokhel is talking about, the degrees that we have, I tend to be more loyal to the aviation degrees, the aviation management, MBA in aviation management, and also the specialization in the airline one, because I teach the airline classes. Pretty much, if some students are interested in the career in aviation, which have proven over the years its resilience to situations like COVID, or like, you know, before that recession, before that September 11, and the job market always requiring smart, hardworking young people like you to contribute to this industry. Pretty much here we have the degree of aviation management. It's a specialized degree preparing you for career, not only in airlines, but airports, air cargo, and many more. Like, the aviation industry is very wide. And then we have the regular MBA, which has different specializations. All of them are really good ones, moving from supply chain to finance to airlines. So give you the basics of the MBA, and then you can really specialize on your own and select whatever you are interested in. So yeah, so pretty much, you know, like, we are available to answer any questions that you might have. Or I'm glad that Dr. Gokhale is inviting students who has been through the experience. Those are very good resources for you to talk to them and also see what is their accomplishments, how they did it, what is the best way to do it, because the opportunities are actually unlimited for you. But you have to do your part, you have to do your job, you have to work hard. This is what's our expectations from you. And I promise you, if you just do that, you do your part, you will not worry about getting a job or getting something that you are looking for with respect to your career. So please feel free to stop by if you need more guidance, more questions. Our doors are open for you. And hopefully, as I said, hopefully you make the decision and you join us as soon as you can. Thank you very much. And thank you, Jay, one more time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abghani. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to move on to the third curriculum that offers CUB, and the students who actually are international students and really into aircraft aviation finance wise, please pay attention to this curriculum. So the Master of Science in Aviation Finance, it's another degree offering in the CUB. You can see that the course itself is actually slightly different compared to the previous ones. In this one, it's more advanced finance and investment based, okay? So for the aviation finance core classes, you will see that we have 6 you're required to take, which is the BA 517 accounting for decision making, BA 523 aviation economics, FIN 518 finance 615 investments, FIN 618 advanced corporate finance, as well as the finance 620 air transport economic modeling. You can see that you can choose 4 courses from the optional electives, and I highlighted the BA 623 and the BA 624 as we call the Istat classes. And again, in total, it's the same. You require 33 credits in total, if between degree wise.
And this is probably the most amazing program we have. I don't know what motivated Cece to kind of pursue this along with her MBA. She came in with a pretty clear mindset. Here is Cece's story. Cece is a pilot, and she's actually not just a pilot. She's a pilot trainer. And so that's like level 3 or level 4. And she heard from somewhere that if you want to do something in business and you also want to do something in aviation, there's nothing better than Embry-Riddle, which is why she came here all the way from Canada. And she's pretty smart. I can tell you, I can vouch for her. She's like one of the most smart students that I have taught recently in the master's programs. She has a straight 4.0 GPA, and she has impressed pretty much everybody here. Having said that, let's talk about MSAF. So I don't know what impressed her about MSAF. We have an expert here, Dr. Vitali Guzwa. But before I give the floor to him, there's so much going on in aviation and the financial markets at the same time. Let's give us a few samples, like what just happened. Yesterday, there was a very tragic news of events happening in Europe, but the market actually, which started down, went up. Yet interest rates did not go up again. There was fears of Federal Reserve hiking, not hiking. The markets were scared, skeptical, but yet the stock markets went up. And these are unique kind of situations which Dr. Gujwa is an expert at. If you walk through the hallway and ask him, hey, Dr. Gujwa, this is what happened, he will be sure to tell you the story behind it. And so handing over the floor to Dr. Gujwa, there are three things you must know about MSAF. One is the Istat Scholarship that is offered with those 623 and 624 stream of classes. Dr. Gujwa teaches one of those classes. If you get his recommendation, you will get the money. Second thing is the conference. If you go to the conference, I think that may have been a point. Cece went to the conference. She was impressed with how she was able to interact with so many people across the industry who are the top leaders. The smallest deals these people make is in millions of dollars. And the third thing that is unique about the MSAF degree is its STEM degree notification. Just like our new degree, MS in Aero Data Analytics, the MSAF degree is also STEM, which means what? If you're an international student, then you get 36 months of OPT. You get authorized to work here as long as 36 months. Having said that, I'm going to hand the floor over to the expert, Dr. Gujwa.
Thank you very much, Jay. I'd like to add at least one more unique thing about MSAF. That's the very first Master of Science and Aviation Finance program in the world. And right now we have two of such programs in existence. So our program was number one. And in a couple of years after us, University College Dublin in Ireland introduced a similar program. So they kind of taken care of the European part, and we are, leading North American part here. Yeah, so the idea was to focus on a very capital-intensive industry, which is airline and aerospace. You probably know that one wide-body jet costs about 200 million. So if an airline wants to purchase or lease, so the leasing company or airline, they need to raise this $200 million somehow. And that's all. This program is all about that. Another thing that it's even though it's like finance focused, we really appreciate people with the quantitative and engineering background because the value of those jets heavily depend on the maintenance status. So you need to kind of understand what are the maintenance status of the aircraft, how much it will cost to do engine overhauls, landing gear overhauls, heavy maintenance visits, and so on. But anyway, so it's I obviously very biased. I think this is the best program in the world, counting our MBA programs too. So I think MSAF is much better than MBA, or it can be used as a complementary program as the CC is doing. So you can do both. And that's pretty much it. I think Dr. Jay already explained about Istat program and scholarships. The only thing we didn't discuss, probably CFA scholarships available. It is not unique to the MSAF program, but we receive 7 scholarships per year for the CFA exams because our MSAF program actually is affiliated with the CFA Institute. But students that are working on the MBA programs also actually eligible for the scholarships. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gujwa. So like Dr. G mentioned that there were what we call the Istat conference that you're able to attend as on behalf of the Istat students. There are a lot of industry expertise and actually dominant players that will be attending for this conference. This picture actually was taken in 2019, I believe, prior to the COVID. In this what held actually in Austin. With regarding to because of the COVID hits, this was the Istat what we call Conclave Miami. Only selected students were able to attend this event because of COVID. So in the on that year, so Fedor, Tierney, and Rohan was able to attending for this event that coming all the way to Miami. Actually,
really quickly. So one beautiful benefit of being in the MSAF program is not only those checks you saw, they were real. You get up to $15,000-$20. Again, as not scholarship, this is an award. So you don't have to do anything in return. Like the GRA scholarship that Emmanuel and Shiva were talking about, they were assistantships. So you have to work for a professor, help them with their research, and all. Dr. Gujwa, Dr. Curtis, Dr. Zarb at some point, Dr. Abdulghani. For example, you saw that girl in the previous, she's working for Airbus. Her name is Kelly. She was Dr. Abdulghani's graduate assistant. So CC is my graduate assistant. So they're supposed to help the professor for 10 hours a week and help them in their research. But ISTAT, the award, it has no strings attached to it. You have to be recommended by either Dr. Gujwa or Dr. Raghavan or both to be eligible for that award. And the other thing that's amazing is right here, you get to talk to these people, and the 3 people that CC was talking about got internships, like Emmanuel was talking about and Shiva is talking about. So the way to get internship is not just through emails that CC sends out. By the way, she's been sending out a ton of them, almost 2 a week since, and there are some of these job offers we have right now. We have 3 positions with Southwest, 3 with Delta in network planning, and Dr. Abdulghani didn't even say that. You know, he was actually forwarded a link. I've been forwarded a link for Southwest Airlines quantitative analytics, and I think Sophia is here. So we have these positions which are unpublicized, so they don't come to you at a public event. They just come to the professors and say, hey, can you recommend somebody with this kind of a qualification? And if Dr. Gujwas recommends somebody to these people, you'll get it. First of all, you'll get an internship straight away out of the bat. So that's the power of this ISTAT conference.
So that's pretty much the end of the program discussion. And then just like Dr. J mentioned, that we had a lot of students that were doing the internship, not only last year summer, including the spring semester as well. So we put down like a collection of slides to show the audience that where they get internship and then which company are doing that. This number that might be changed to actually increase to 22, 23 now. And then speaking of, Emmanuel was doing internship at MD Turbines as well as Kudos.
Sorry,
also,
can I really?
Yes,
so
go
Emmanuel,
ahead.
look how we brag about you every time.
We have to.
So that's Emmanuel and Kudos. Oko, Northrop Grumman. I'll take it over really quick. So move on to the next one, Tiani. And so you can see how many of these are international students. Emmanuel is an international student. No problem getting an internship because these are such focused areas. Tiani with Whaley Capital, and again, and remote internship. Rohan went to Miami, Aero Trust. I think Emmanuel, you went to Miami as well, right?
Yes.
Then Maria, right, Emmanuel? You and Kudus both went to Miami, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. And Shiv is actually in Colorado as we speak. Brio went, he was actually doing a remote internship. He's got a job offer from Boeing. At least 4 people. Maria got a job offer. Brio got a job offer. Then Brian, he worked with Adaptive Stack. Again, very career oriented. He's now working at Orlando Airport. Fedor, he's got a job offer. And by the way, he's also Dr. Gujwa's research assistant. Nathan Ubbs, Collins Airspace. He did the internship there. He's got a job offer. He's not even graduated. He's graduating this semester. Paulina, very special story. She's aerospace engineering, and she actually got a job offer, very special job offer from Cummins. They have created a pathway to green card for her. She's an international student. Ela, again, international student, Zephyrus Aviation Capital. This was through the contacts of our finance professors. Moving on, Akanksha, she first worked on an unofficial internship with Azul, and then now has an official internship with American Airlines. So 2 internships, 1 unofficial, 1 official. Shiv, are you still there?
I am here. Yep.
Wonderful. Can you please talk about your second internship, please?
As long as it gets approved.
Oh,
I
yes.
am.
Well, sorry, I'm going to cut you off really quick here. Shiv, that's the power of you, the student. They are getting 2 internships. And I just spoke with Miss Anastasia. I'll give you an update right away. I said that I recommend it. So because the program itself says 1 to 6 credits of internship. Okay, do you know what you're talking about here? What's the time frame, etc.?
You mean for the internship?
So you're doing it in summer of 2022, right?
Right. So
That's
I think it's from June 8th till August 12th or something like that. And So it's an internship with JSX, which is a semi-private airline that runs like, it's interesting. It runs on Part 135. And basically my position is going to be MBA Finance and Strategy intern over there. So I'm excited
And
for
that's
that.
a special position created for you because you're MSAF.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm so proud to hear that. By the way, he is right here with Sergio in the picture. Shiv is also working in the same airline for his internship. Now, it's unheard of. This is we have spring internships like these people, Shiv, and we have Sergio right in front of us. Then there was I forget their names now. I'm so sorry. These four people, all for finance, and we don't offer internships during the middle of a semester. All these four people said no, we want it, so they got it. And by the way, coming up in summer, there are more internship positions. Back to you, Cece.
Speaking of which, Dr. Gokhale, sorry, I'm going to interrupt really quick. So Frontier actually wants to hire from our university for summer. So if you know anyone who's looking for an internship, they're looking in all their departments. So please let me know.
Thanks.
So that's pretty much the end of the internship and then the WEAR discussion. We know that the graduate class sometimes can be a little bit challenging. So we do offer what we call the graduate tutoring lab. So this year we're offering a hybrid model from Monday to Friday. We have Nick and Lee will be essentially is helping you guys in case you have any question regarding for the course information wise, regarding the finance, economics, and all the way to the BA 520 if you do have any. That was actually in the grad tutoring lounge right the other day.
And that's Emmanuel.
Yeah. There you go. Before we wrap up, just want to show you guys some of the conference and then the collaborations we do have with a lot of companies we're offering the COB. So this is actually held in 2020 in the Washington, DC, that in one of the FAA Commercial Space Transportation Conference. Dr. Tinico, who will be teaching already teaching the capstone class, which will be required to take last semester for whichever module you're in, and Dr. Tinico will be the best person to talk to. This year, they're actually collaborating with Gulfstream on the aircraft manufacturer regarding the sustainability of their marketing wise. So each year you'll have a different individual company to have what we call a case study with. On the other hand, if you do interested in the MBA conference, Dr. Wagisbach will be the best person to talk to. In the 2019 was held in Las Vegas, and then in the 2020 in West Palm Beach. And then this year is actually going to be in Orlando.
And in that picture are people who've graduated and gone to all parts of the world, like Europe, South America, West Coast of United States, back to their home countries. And it's just, this is, I mean, they become stories. They're not just people in pictures here. Yeah.
There's another activity we're offering actually by Dr. Yu is the tour of Orlando and also in Daytona Beach Airport. For the in the audience wise, whoever actually interested in the air traffic demanding and then the air traffic transportation, she will be the best person to really talk to. In addition, we do have
go ahead. Dr. Yu also is a part of an association that's one of its kind all over the world. All airports in the world actually fight to get ranked by her organization as the #1 airport in the world. Currently, I believe, help me if I'm wrong, is Atlanta Airport is ranked as the #1 airport in the world. So she's leading this unique one-of-a-kind study in airports. So she's the expert at this thing.
Exactly.
And talking about experts, here is another expert on this picture. On top right is Dr. Longshore. In the center is the person who's talking to us, Cece. She actually flew that plane. This is a Textron project that happened at our university. So in the second row on the right is Dr. Longshore. Right next to him is the president of our university. And the dean of our college is right next to him. So our classes have such a lot of attention from not just the industry, but from also the topmost people in the university.
Yeah, so I did get a chance to attend, actually enrolled in the what we call BA699 class that I offered last semester in collaboration with Textron Aviation. So essentially you are, the Textron Aviation offered us over 5,000 parameters that are asking us to monetize the data, doing everything other than predicting maintenance. So at the end, the presentation was actually pretty successful. And then the president of our school came to listen to our presentation, including the VP of the Textron Aviation. Oh, there you go. So for the students who are actually interested in logistics and also project management, the COB also offered the Lean Six Sigma course. And this year we're offering in Yellow Belt, I believe, actually taught by Dr. Longshore.
Right now,
yes. Yeah, in this semester. There are a lot of graduate, like we mentioned before, that there are a lot of graduate social hours we're offering in the COB. That was actually in 2019 on one of the favorite parties we had prior the graduation. And then that was in 2019 in the spring semester at one of the YME store. With the Center of Entrepreneurship, for anyone who's interested in starting their own business, Mecaplex, which I believe most of you guys are already familiar with, will be the best place to go to. And so as Dr. J mentioned before, this is actually aircraft. I flew last semester, so Dean Gibson and Dr. Longshore was having fun, hopefully.
I'm proud of you.
So that was in, this is another one, ZOG revenue analyst course we're offering in the previous semester. It's actually semester long project, was supervised by Dr. Longshore and then Dr. Not at that time. And then speaking of, this is actually Maria was doing the research presentation on the aircraft accessibility in aviation, was supervised by Dr. Raghavan, was presented in some union. And then before we wrap up, Dr. Curtis was mentioned earlier about the study abroad program. So this year we'll offer it in the summer A and B term in South Africa and also England. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to them. So that's it for the info session. Feel free to ask any questions if you have any.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking the time out to join us and learn more about us. If you have any questions, we're happy to answer them at this time.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Morning. Good evening.
Myself, Mohammed. Good evening. I'm myself, Mohammed Owais. I'm from India. I have a question that the GRA assistantship is only for MSAF program or for MBA in aviation management?
It's for all three programs. It does not matter on which program you belong to. It's your credentials and how likely are you going to be matching up with the professor. For example, Dr. Curtis has Gianna working with her. She chose her and she wanted somebody who could do a survey analysis. And she thought, Gianna, Dr. Curtis, I'll hand the floor to you.
Yes, so it is very interesting process to selecting graduate research assistants because graduate student has a lot of skills, a lot of capabilities. So for me, it was very challenging to select a person who will meet my needs for research. I went through the list of potential candidates and they've been outstanding. So it was a tough choice, but I selected one student, Gianna. And basically, in my case, in my research, what I was looking at capabilities for graduate student to analyze data. So analytical part was very important. Data gathering, not only collect data, but also present a case to support this data and analyze. And critical thinking, because during research process, I can look at the problem from one point of view, but students might have different experience, might have different view on the same type of problem. So it's very important in my case, when I look for graduate research assistant, to demonstrate for the students not only skills to gather data, collect data using different databases, but also how can you analyze and what is your experience. And some of you might already have experience working for aviation, which is great. Some of you might not. but students who will not have experience or do not have experience as a professional, you have experience as a customer, you have experience as a passenger flying on different airlines, and it's very, very valuable experience, which could help in my research in addressing problems in aviation, airlines problems, or problems at the airport. So it's challenging to select graduate assistant because students are outstanding.
Thank you, Dr. Curtis.
Okay, ma'am.
In fact,
Thank you so much.
Emmanuel, Shiva, and Shiv and Cece, all three are grad assistants, and all three are exceptional students.
Yes.
If I could say something quickly about the GRA position, do not, I know what Dr. Curtis said right now, it might sound, you might be thinking, man, that sounds like a lot of work. Not exactly, yeah, it's a lot of work, but like I'll give an example of myself. There's sometimes when Dr. Wagerspark gave me some work to do, and I'll just go look for Dr. J and be like, Dr. J, I have a question about something I need to do. Can you help me? It's like, yeah, I got 5 minutes. What do you have going on? Or I walk into Dr. Zab's office. Dr. Zab, I have a question. So like if you have a task or even if just your personal schoolwork, you can, most of our professors have the open door policy, just knock if they're free, just ask them for help. And it's a skill that you gain and learn at the same time, even though it's work, but you're also gaining. So if you're going to work, for example, with Dr. Curtis, and if you don't know anything about, if you don't know much about like the analytical part, there's lots of professors or even students that you can walk up to and just ask them for help. And it's something you learn, you do the task and you go back to her and you show her, this is what I did, this is what I think, and then you move on. So it's not just working, but you're also learning at the same time.
Emmanuel, you forgot to say, 2 years ago, you were exactly in the same boat.
Yes, I was.
He was also
Exactly.
skeptical. He didn't know what to do, what to ask. And you like, man, this GRA thing, am I going to be good enough for this or what?
Yes. So everyone is there to help you. So don't be too, just apply and just open your mind up, try to do your best, put your best effort in, and you'll be fine. You'll be good.
Yeah. Thank you. Jala, you have a question?
Yeah, hi, my name is Jala, and I'm currently taking I graduated this semester from with a degree in aeronautics, and I also have a degree in business with a concentration in management, and I plan on starting my MBA this summer. So for the past couple of weeks, I've been working with Dr. J, and I've been facing a lot of difficulty trying to get myself with the right people in planning and like creating a schedule, because I'm using Voc Rehab from the military, and they need me to like come up with a schedule so that they know what type of classes I'll be taking this summer. And also Dr. J told me he sent me to a lady, Flavia, I believe. And I spoke to her because I was accepted into the Master of Aviation program, but I'm changing over to the MBA. She told me within 5 to 10 business days they was going to switch it over, but I haven't heard anything from anybody. And I don't know if that happened. And also, secondly, I did send him my letter of recommendation, and I'm working on my objective statement right now. But you also, Dr. J, you also sent me to speak with somebody that I can review that, but there was nobody in the office to help me with that. So that's another thing. So
I apologize, but Cece is there in the office right now. So
okay.
There would be somebody, and in afternoon, there'll be Isha. So we have people to help you. So don't worry.
Okay. And yeah, and I will leave my email in the chat, so perfect. I can set up an appointment with one of the students to help me out with that. And so my question is, I want to do an MBA. So how many specialization I can have if I choose? Because I have a business degree, which is concentration in management. Right now, I'm finishing up my aeronautics degree, and I have a minor in airline operation and aeronautic study.
Sure. So you can only do one concentration at a given time, and you don't have to declare your That's a very good question. You do not have to declare your concentration until you have taken the electives of your choice. So you have time to explore. I'm pretty sure CC has not declared a concentration yet. Yeah, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, because I saw the slides for the MBA program, I think it was like 21 credit. Is it 21
Core.
But 21 total or 33?
21 core classes, 21 credits of core classes, and 12 credits of electives, correct?
Okay.
Yes. Very good question. Very good job.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Any other questions that we can answer at this time? Guys, this is your opportunity. You have faculty, students, they've come from all over the place to kind of answer your question. So we appreciate the opportunity to help you. That's the purpose of these roadshows. Yes.
Good morning,
Yes,
Professor Gokhale. Actually, I wanted to find out, will there be any options for STEM program if I am doing my MBA?
Not for MBA, but like we said, there are two other programs, the MS in Aviation Finance and the MS in Aerospace Data Analytics. Both are STEM designated programs, and they have a lot of business classes. In fact, Dr. Abdulghani teaches two of those classes in the MS Aero Data Analytics program. Dr. Gujwa teaches two classes in the MSAF program. Dr. Zab teaches ACC 517, which is common across three of these four MS programs. And so we are all here to help you. So it's all business. It's not just, pure science, it's business.
Okay. Any short-term courses, or it's just we have to switch on the switch between the programs?
In your case, you've been admitted to the MBA program, but it's just a program change. Just like Jala. Jala is doing a program change. He's just submitting a statement of goals. That's it. I don't know why they requested a letter of recommendation. Maybe because he did not submit original letters of recommendation. But for somebody who's accepted in the master program, it's a simple program change. That's it.
yeah, I was, because for the aviation program, I didn't need a recommendation because my GPA is high enough.
That explains
And then for the master program, my GPA is also high enough, is over 3.5 for the MBA. So I didn't understand why I need a recommendation, but I also have with some of my undergraduate credits be able to like transfer into the MBA since I already have a business degree.
No.
It will be like
anything 400 or lower will not transfer over to the 500 and above. Not a chance. Sorry. I mean, we have to maintain the rigor of the program, right?
Okay. And
so I apologize.
So my book rehab counselor is asking me because she needs answer to put in the registration for my classes.
Absolutely.
And I don't know what is taking so long for them to officially transfer me into the program. So is there anybody that can reach out to me?
Yes,
and let me know what's going
I'll
on?
put the admissions rep who is supposed to be here on the call is on leave today, but I'll put an alternate.
Is it what, Miss Parker or something like that? The new lady?
Michelle Parker, correct.
Yeah,
She's on leave for the weekend.
Yeah, I sent her an email last week, because she just switched over. I didn't hear back from her. And I also talked to you because I do want to come up with a class schedule for the summer so I can be able to submit it.
Absolutely.
And in the meantime, I can work. So if there's a way or somebody I can talk to so we can come up with a schedule.
I'll connect you with somebody else there. She's new to the job. She just took over last week. So it's probably possible that she was just adjusting to the new setup, etc. But we'll take care of that. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for your time. I think that's all the time we have for questions. We all have meetings to go to. But any last few words, CC, Dr. Zarb, Dr. Abdulghani? Well, thank you everybody for coming, and we will hope to connect again soon for any other questions you have offline, etc. I'm here. I can meet virtually or in person, like in Jala's case, he's going to probably see me this afternoon. So anything that you need, definitely we are here to help. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.